Hang on, don't talk. The event, the district semifinals, the place inside PHS Arena on Corey Brewer Court. The matchup, round 3 of this great rivalry between Portland High School Panthers versus the White House Blue Devils. I'm Kyle Eden alongside John Thayer and Miguel Almendarez. Here's the storyline this afternoon. Number 1 versus number 5 seed. Winner to the championship game on Tuesday. Loser will play in the consolation. Panthers with a first-round bye. White House defeating Liberty Creek last night by a score of 46-44. A buzzer beater putback that ended Liberty Creek's season and put the Blue Devils against your Panthers for a third time this season. John, Panthers won both matchups during the regular season, both close games, but both were completely different styles.
Yeah, they definitely will. The first game we played at home, it was a 47-43 win by the Panthers. A defensive battle for sure. Anytime you play Portland High School, you're going to get a defensive battle. And Coach Lowry's old school as you can get, and he's going to make his kids play defense. And he's a Portland guy. He knows what this thing's all about. I talked to him in the hall before the game, and I've always had a lot of respect for him. He's a great kid, but I know my son hates him, but my son loves him. And he loves him because he's such a competitor. He's probably one of the most competitive coaches that we're going to play all season long. The second game we played not too long ago was at White House. Faster paced. We won 61-55. I think the thing I was most impressed with is we're not settling for three-point shots. If we get behind in a game, last year when we were younger, we kind of freak out a little bit and try to shoot ourselves back in it with threes. Now we're more patient. We make them work on defense. We're looking for higher percentage shots, looking for fouls, get on the free throw line. That's how you win basketball games. It's plain and simple. But, all kids love that three. They all love that Caitlin Clark shooting it from half-court stuff. It's cute and it's pretty, but Caitlin, it doesn't always work when you got teams that play good defense. And some nights shots going, some nights are. So I absolutely like the way we're playing basketball. It should be a great basketball game for sure. Coleman Holmes, a big shot last night to win it for them on a putback. That's going to help his confidence a lot.
Right now we're going to have our call to the locker room as we get Coach John Ferguson's thoughts on today's game.
Congratulations, Coach. Regular season champs, a 20-win season. Team is looking good so far. Got to feel confident going into the postseason.
Yeah, I think since the ice storm, we're finally getting our legs back and kind of getting that rhythm that we were rolling right before that ice storm, and then that 15-day layoff definitely affected us. But, we jammed so many games in a row, it was hard for us to, number one, get back in shape and get that flow. But slowly but surely, we've been able to do it, been able to knock down some more shots, been recovering. That's been a big thing for us every day was that recovery and really just get back to that same system and style that we had, that was working so well for us before that big break.
Seems like more teams in this year's district are playing zone. Do you expect that to continue or increase in the postseason?
Yeah, I really do. I think in White House, they're a little different. They'll run some, I guess you would call them a gimmick defense where they'll guard strictly Keelan and have the other guys in kind of a diamond and will kind of zone out of that. But, I think, it doesn't take much to look at our stats to know that Keelan's kind of our workhorse inside. So the more I think they can jam the middle and try to occupy or take him away, it benefits them. So for me, it's how can we put my other guys in the right spots and spaces where they can be successful and force those guys to guard, even though they want to eliminate Keelan. What can we do to still make them have to leave him and leave him, open? And so far, it's been working. Keelan's had some great games for us recently, but we've also had a lot of guards step up in that time frame too.
Free throws have been a big part of your wins the last couple of weeks. Didn't look so good in our last game.
Normally when you say, hey, we made 18 free throws, you're like, man, that's great, but we left off the part that we shot 36 of them, and then, a few days before at White House, I think we're 15 of 18. I was proud of the guys. When we played station camp here, we were 5 for 7 from the free throw line, and that's that's unacceptable for us, for a team that really wants to attack the rim and get into the paint. So like my challenge was for them to, we've got to get to the free throw line. And 36 times in a game is outstanding. just that 18. You know, I mean, if we can go from 50% to 70%, it's a little bit looser of a game at the end than where we were at with them for sure.
Coach, good luck in the postseason. I know you'll do well.
All right, thank you, Kyle. Appreciate it.
Countdown to tip-off, starting lineups coming up next.
Tennessee Commission for the United States Semi-Quincentennial was created to plan, encourage, develop, and coordinate the commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States, and recognize Tennessee's integral role in that event and the impact of its people on the nation's past, present, and future. The Commission promotes an inclusive statewide celebration and educational commemoration of America's 250th by interpreting and preserving Tennessee's unique stories, objects, landmarks, and places across our diverse state that defined who we are as Tennesseans and Americans.
Starting lineups for both teams. We'll start with the visiting White House Blue Devils, coached by Drew Lowry in his first season. He'll have 3 seniors and 2 juniors. It'll be Taylon Flinner, Cameron Stahl, Lewis Taylor, Coleman Holmes, and Drew Richardson, as the Blue Devils are now back at 100% for your Portland Panthers, coached by John Ferguson in his 5th season. Regular season district champions at 22-6. And he'll start off 4 seniors and a junior. It'll be the senior Tristan Calvert, junior Evan Ferguson, senior Nate Honeycutt, senior Quentin Totten, and senior Keelan Dalton. One quick break. When we come back, it'll be tip-off time as you're listening to Panther Basketball.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Good. Getting ready to start the starting lineups from the public address announcer, as Portland getting ready to set off action against the White House Blue Devils. The 3rd meeting between these 2 teams. Portland able to win the first 2 of the season. Panthers have been on a hot streak since the Christmas break. They have won 15 of their last 17 games, Coach. First regular season district championship since the 2000-2001 season. Kind of interesting to note, Coach John Ferguson, a part of both of those, as he's a head coach of this year's team, and he was a player along with several other good players that Coach Kingston had back in that 2001 season.
Yeah, I got to shout out my son. He was starting point guard on that team.
You can do that. Looking at what would you say is your keys to tonight's game for the Panthers to come out with a victory?
You said keys.
I did.
Okay.
I'm allowing you double.
Defense for sure. All right. Don't settle for threes and rebound on the offensive end.
Good point talking about free throw shooting. That's something that Coach Ferguson was talking about in the pregame speech. Panthers had done so well for the last three games, and then kind of dropped the ball the last game. And I think it's going to be very important that they do get that back on track tonight.
Right. I had made the comment that I've never seen a team that almost shot themselves out of winning the district championship, because they almost did.
Yeah.
So, but hey, you know what? That's the attitude you got to take. If you sugarcoat stuff as a player or a coach, you're not going to ever hit your goals. You have to look at what you need to work on and work on it. And they did. They won the ball game. I've been proud of them. One comment I made last game is an Arrington kid from Station Camp being the best player in the district. That wasn't counting our players. Because in my mind, especially from the 5'4" position, Keelan Dalton, without a doubt, is the number 1 player in the conference. Now, I think there's 2 separate positions. Then you got your guard play. Arrington still may be up there in the guard area, but you're hard-pressed not to include Tristan Calvert in that conversation as well.
A near-packed house. The electricity is already starting to build. We'll take one short pause. We'll be back for tip-off of Panther basketball.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Game world or real world, seatbelts save lives.
I'm Nate Honeycutt.
I'm Quinte Titan.
I'm Keelan Dalton.
I'm Evan Brown.
I'm Tristan Calvert.
This is Coach John Ferguson. It's time for Panther basketball.
Players getting set up around the center circle. It'll be Keelan Dalton going up against Lewis Taylor. From Cottontown to Athens, Tennessee, Fountainhead to Sanktown, wherever you are listening from tonight, we thank you for supporting Panther basketball. Referee gets into the center circle. Ball is in the air, tipped. Dalton wins the tip. Panthers have possession to start this basketball game. They'll be going left to right, wearing their home whites, purple trim, purple numbering, going up against that zone defense of White House. And Totten quickly gets it over to Ferguson, who takes a 3 off the mark. White House with the rebound, wearing their blue jerseys, white trim, and lettering. Flinner to the right-hand side. Out on top is Richardson. The senior hands it off to Taylor. Back to Flinner. Over to Stahl. In the corner, down low to Taylor. Turnaround good. Out of position on the switch was the Panthers, as White House able to get the first bucket of the night.
Yeah, they made that play a couple times last time we played them. And they also on the off-rebound deal. We got to do a better job on that backside.
Ferguson to Calvert. Calvert sort of being double teamed, as now they back off. He's resetting the offense. Totten takes a straightaway 3 off the mark. Defensive rebound for White House. 2-0 is your score. White House with the basketball and a 3. No good. Offensive rebound. It'll stay with the blue and white. Holmes down the lane, and he'll get called for traveling.
Honeycutt can't jump with Taylor. He needs to block him out first and get him out of position and then get the rebound.
Panthers trying to get their first bucket of the night. A minute and a half gone here in the first quarter. A 2-0 White House lead. Totten in the far slot area, surveying the 2-3 defense. Corner Ferguson. Back out to Calvert. Calvert dribbles back. Totten can't get it to the elbow. Throws it over to Honeycutt. Down low on the short porch is Dalton. A couple of dribbles in the lane. Hook shot in there.
Good job. Good ball movement. After 2 missed threes in a row to open the game, they were smart. They worked the ball inside, try to get a foul or a point. That's this year's version of Panther basketball.
Tie game. White House trying to attack the man defense of Coach Ferguson's team. It's Stahl to the elbow, bounce pass to Lewis, turn around, guarded by Honeycutt. He has to throw it out. Richardson at the corner gives it back up to Stahl. At the top, he'll take a three, and he'll drain it. First three of the night goes to White House, 5-2 lead. 5.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Well, the good thing is the technical Nazi's not here tonight, so you can put your hands up in the air when you hit a three.
Ferguson thought about the three, gives it up to Honeycutt. Totten in the lane, turnaround shot up, off the glass, no good.
That's a good shot.
Blue Devils with the rebound, and they're pushing it. And Flair will wait for the offense to set up. Gives it off to Stahl, into the lane, stops short, cut off by Dalton. Gives it up to Taylor. Taylor tries to go baseline, fadeaway jumper, off the mark. Offensive rebound, Richardson puts it in. 7-2, White House leads.
That was one of my keys to the game is offensive rebound, or defensive in this case. You know what I meant, when they're shooting. We can't let them have second chance points.
Ferguson back to Calvert. Honeycutt running the baseline area. He gets it over in the corner, takes a three. Too hard off the rim. Offensive rebound, hands it off to Dalton. Shot is missed. Another rebound for Totten. And we'll start it up again. Evan Brown coming up to the scorer's table as Ferguson gives it to Calvert. Calvert down the lane, shot up, no good. Panthers just can't get it to go in early on in this basketball game. Down by 5 halfway through the first quarter.
I thought that was a good look by Calvert.
Coleman back to Flinner. His three is up. His three is off. Tipped out to the side, picked up by Taylor. And Richards will start the offense.
Hey, we got to make sure we don't run out too quick on the rebounding side. Got to make sure we stay back and get the ball.
Flinner fakes the dribble handoff. It gets over to Richardson. Back to Flinner at the volleyball area. Stahl, pass to Taylor. Richardson guarded by Ferguson. Back out on top, wide open three. It doesn't go in. Honeycutt with the rebound. Panthers got caught on the screen. Flinner had an open look. It didn't go in. Panthers down by 5. Looking to score. Totten flashes in the lane, takes the pass, gets smacked from behind. And the first foul of the night will come at the 3:04 mark. And it'll go against White House as Richardson picks up his first.
One thing to keep in mind is White House played last night. We need to try to push the pace just a little bit on them. At least when we get our rebounds, push it halfway hard, make them run back. Maybe late in the game it might make a difference.
Honeycutt is fouled on the inbounds. That one will go against Lewis Taylor. That's his first. Second team foul on White House as Evan Brown came into the game for Ferguson. Baseline, Honeycutt, up and under, no good. Offensive rebound, putback, no good. And another putback. Keelan Dalton scores and will go to the free throw line.
All year long, we're just going to the go. You just got to go downhill and keep battling. They're going to block your shots sometimes. It is what it is, but you got to keep going.
Short on the and one, but the Panthers get an offensive rebound.
And there's Honeycutt
comes forward.
Yeah, that trash play right there. All those little things there, that shouldn't be our ball right now.
Extra possession for the Panthers, see if they can capitalize. Dalton goes baseline, passes it up to Brown. Brown gets it over to Honeycutt at the elbow. Honeycutt has to pick up his dribble, turn around, takes the shot, and gets fouled from behind. That'll be number 2 on the senior, Drew Richardson.
Yeah, Coach Lowry's not going to be happy with him getting that foul there.
2.5 to go in the first, and that's 4 team fouls on White House, and Honeycutt was in the active shooting, so he'll shoot 2. And he misses the first.
But you can't have a district championship team without a player like Honeycutt that, comes up with all the loose balls, throws body on the floor, just all the things that it's hard to coach. You just can do it or you can't do it.
Trenton Quinn comes in for White House, the three-point specialist, as Honeycutt drains the second free throw. 7-5 is your score. 2:24 remaining here in this first quarter. Panthers have yet to record a foul in this basketball game.
Then play harder.
Quinn hands it off to Flinner. Baseline, back over to Quinn. Another uncontested three. That one rolls in and out. Rebound by Whitehouse. And they're going to call a reach-in foul on the Panthers.
Yeah, I think Calvert's who they're going to call it on.
Calvert gets the first team foul. That'll send Taylor to the free throw line for 2. As he makes the first one. Excuse me, misses the first one. Shot is up. No good. 0 for 2. Big opportunity for the Panthers as they can tie or take the lead here in this possession. 2 minutes to go. Brown, collision, nothing called. Calvert takes a 3 off the mark. Honeycutt with the offensive rebound, back up. But no, they're going to call offensive foul on the Panthers on the rebound.
Yeah, I think they said he was out of bounds and didn't get back in before he rebounded it.
You are correct.
I don't know if that was a good call or not, though.
We'll have to go to the replay booth. Check that one out. 7-5, White House leads. Quinn, guarded by Sidnor, who is in the game for Totten. Quinn over to Taylor, back to Quinn, down the lane, and he makes a reverse layup.
That was a nice shot.
Back to a 4-point lead for White House. Minute and a half to go here in the first. Sidnor, baseline shot is up, rejected, picked up by White House. Flinner dribbles over to the right-hand side. Gives it up to Quinn, fakes the 3, push off, not called, gives it back to Flinner. Over to Stahl, down low Taylor, bumps back Honeycutt, takes the hook, no good, rebound Sidnor. And Brown will bring it up to the front court, under a minute to go here in the first quarter.
Coach Lowry did a good job on that setup there.
Dalton in the blocks, turnaround shot good over the big Lewis Taylor.
Because they loaded one side of the floor, so when they got Taylor the ball, we couldn't get help because we were all on those side guarding people.
33 seconds to go. Panthers down by 2. Stahl, guarded by Brown. Gives it up to Quinn as Brown makes the switch. Over to Stahl, back out on front to Taylor. 15 seconds to go. Back to Flinner, 10 seconds. Pass over to Quinn, 7 seconds. Gives it to Holmes in the corner. 3 seconds. They're going to have to put it up quick. Down the lane. Dish out for the 3 at the buzzer. No good. At the end of 1, it's White House 9, Portland 7. You're listening to Panther Basketball on the Portland Sports Network.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Start of the second quarter, White House leads by 2, 9-7 in that first 8 minutes. The Panthers were led by Keelan Dalton with 6 points. Honeycutt had a free throw. For White House, they had 4 different scores, with Stahl getting that 3. And John, I think the playing just fine, just couldn't make those open shots early.
Yeah, we're 0 for 4, 5 from the threes. But we did good because we didn't keep doing it. We went to the hoe. Interesting tidbit. 1999-2000 season, Portland High School, really young team, district tournament, championship game against White House. Portland was up by like 5 or 6 with like 45 seconds left in the game. White House fouled the right people, missed free throws. Drew Lowry sank a 3 with like 2 seconds left to tie the ball game up, put it in overtime, and then White House won the game in overtime.
Wow. Coach Drew Lowry in his first season as White House head coach. White House will have the ball to start the second quarter for the Panthers. It'll be Honeycutt, Dalton, Brown, Calvert, and Sidnor. Lob down low to Taylor. He gets caught at the baseline, has to throw it back out front to Flinner. Quick shot to Stahl. Stahl takes one, doesn't get it. Tipped out, picked up by Whitehouse. 3, that one goes in. Flinner, you cannot leave him open. That's 3 uncontested three-pointers, and he makes that one.
Yeah, and the bad thing was we had the rebound, but the outer edge person didn't block his guy out, which came in out of nowhere and got the rebound. He's got to stay on the ground, keep that guy from getting to the goal.
Calvert gives it up to Brown, baseline. Nobody's guarding him, so he'll take that corner 3, misses it. Honeycutt almost had the rebound. It's picked up by Whitehouse. Flinner into the front court. Holmes back to Flinner. So he takes the screen. Left open again as the Panthers did bad on the switch. They're able to recover. 6:40 remaining in the first half. Whitehouse up by 5 with the basketball. Taylor trying to bump down Honeycutt. Gets a switch as Dalton is now on him. He loses the basketball back out on front to Stahl. And Whitehouse will start it over. Hand off to Quinn. He'll flip it over to Stahl. Back to Taylor. Out on front to Flinner. Swings it around to the near side. Baseline goes Stahl. He gets cut off. Throws it out to Quinn, who takes a mid-range. Too hard off the rim.
It's great defense by Keelan on that.
And the Panthers trying to break into this 5-point deficit. Bump, collision, and that foul will go against Whitehouse.
Sometimes those fouls are really good fouls, though, because certain points of the game, there's going to be some physicality happen. How you handle that as a player is key to if you're going to win or not. And we've seen Tristan get hit all year long. I don't think that's going to affect him at all. But some players back down when they get hit like that.
Substitutions for Coach Ferguson as Sidnor goes out along with Brown. Back in comes Quentin Totten and Evan Ferguson. Panthers with the basketball. Ferguson takes it in the corner. Gives it over to Calvert. Down low to Dalton. Tries to get a shot up, no good. Gets his own rebound. Misses that one. A lot of trees underneath that Panther offensive glass. Missed 3 by Whitehouse, but they get another offensive rebound. Now Flinner's going to take a 3, and that one goes in. Second 3 for Talon Flinner, and all of a sudden is an 8-point game.
We've got to calm down. We can't catch it all on one possession.
5:15 to go here in the first half. Ferguson gives it to Dalton. Double team. Tries to throw it back out front. It's tipped. Pick up by Whitehouse. A turnover by Portland. As Whitehouse trying to get to a double-digit lead here in the first half of this basketball game. Not what you were expecting. Flinner out on top. 4:40 to go in the second quarter. Timeout called. Take a quick break as you're listening to Panther basketball. Timeout on the floor was called by Whitehouse with 4:36 to go here in the second quarter. An 8-point lead, 15-7. Too many uncontested shots so far here in the first half for Whitehouse. As the Panthers look to make a defensive stop here. Inbounds for Whitehouse. Over to Quinn. Taylor. Backdoor cut is picked off by Ferguson, but he loses it back to Whitehouse, and Quinn is there for the layup. Trenton Quinn with his second bucket of the night. It is now a 10-point lead with 4:15 remaining. Turnover by the Panthers. And Quinn takes it all the way but misses the layup. Rebound Panthers. A break for Portland. Downhill goes Calvert, and he makes the layup off the outstretched fingertips of Taylor. 17-9 is your score. As Calvert gets his first bucket of the night. Offensive foul called against Whitehouse on the screen. Let's see if the Panthers can gain momentum, start of a run as is much needed. Down by 8. That's the first foul on Flinner. Second team foul on Whitehouse with 3:35 to go here in the second quarter. Calvert goes opposite the screen and gets fouled driving to the basket, and Flinner will get called for his second.
It's a good job going to the hole there.
I think I caught Flinner off guard. He thought he was going to take that screen from Dalton. And the quick feet of Tristan Calvert gets him to the free throw line. Leading the team at 70% at the stripe this year. He makes the first one. Second leading scorer on the team at 12.5 points per game. Gets the second one. Cut it to a 6-point game, 17-11. 3:15 remaining here in the first half. Holmes back out to Quinn, takes the three, and it's good. Coach Ferguson has that look on his face. As doesn't like the threes that they're giving up. It's back to a 9-point lead for Whitehouse. Double elbow set for the Panthers. Honeycutt pops out, takes the pass, drives the basket, goes in. That was a methodical pump fake, couple of dribbles, slowly up, made shot by Nate Honeycutt. That's his first bucket of the game. He has 3 on the night. 20-13 is your score.
Yeah, that was a great drive by Nate.
Tipped pass, chased down by Honeycutt. It'll go out of bounds. They'll say last touched by the Panthers. It'll go to Whitehouse. Good hustle by the senior, number 4. Trying to battle it out with Taylor on that loose ball. Whitehouse with the basketball up by 7, 2:25 to go here in the first half. Holmes at the free throw line, gives it up, over to Taylor, pump fake, takes a couple of dribbles, fadeaway jumper, no good. Calvert pushed it up to the front court, down the lane, spin move, shot is up, and he gets fouled.
Good job by Calvert.
That'll be the 4th team foul on Whitehouse. Coming up on the 2-minute mark. More importantly, Calvert to go to the free throw line for 2. First shot, good. Winner of tonight's game will play in the championship game on Tuesday. The loser will have to play in the consolation. Calvert's second one is up, and it's good. 4 for 4 from the line is Tristan Calvert. He has 6 points. Panthers are down by 5. 2 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Stahl picked up by Ferguson. Gives it to Holmes at the free throw area. He lobs it back out to Flinner. 1:45 to go. Stahl at the logo. Hands it off to Quinn, back to Stahl. Bad pass. Picked up by Ferguson, and they're going to call a foul. Let's see which side they're going to put it on. And they're going to give that one to the Panthers as there was a collision. And they give the foul to Coach Ferguson is confused about that call.
Yeah, we was the loose ball. We were just getting there like they were getting there.
First foul on Ferguson. That's actually the first team foul on the Panthers this quarter. Whitehouse with a 5-point lead. And Ferguson a little too aggressive. He'll get called for his second in about 20 seconds.
Foul number 3, Evan Ferguson. That's going to be his second and the second team foul.
Just keep playing hard defense.
Inbounds for White House to go to Flinner. 1:20 left in the second quarter. Stahl, guarded by Calvert. Calvert hand checks, gives it up to Flinner. Flinner now guarded by Calvert on the switch. We're at the 1 minute mark. Tipped away by Calvert. Double on the floor. Ball is loose.
Whose timeout?
And they're going to say that, are they going to say Portland got the timeout?
You're not sure what he's calling.
No, now they're calling.
That's going to be his second and the fifth team foul.
That's the set. They're going to call that on Flinner. They're going to call that on Flinner.
All right. Well, he
so it's basically
ball.
the same play as. Yeah, I don't understand where that was coming from. I think he was. Hey, I think he was trying to say one-on-one. I don't know, but yeah, possession arrow goes to the Panthers. I'm not sure why he's calling a jump ball and a foul. And that was the 5th team foul, so I'm not sure why we're not shooting free throws. We'll have to get our court side reporter on that one. 40 seconds remaining. Totten loses the basketball, picked up by Whitehouse, passes up ahead to Quinn. He makes the layup, and there was a traveling double dribble that wasn't called. Calvert drives down the lane, no look pass. He gets fouled before the shot, as Dalton did make that layup, but they're going to call a reach-in foul against Whitehouse on Calvert. That put Calvert to the free throw line. I'm still confused, John. They called a foul on Whitehouse earlier on that collision, but instead of Calvert going to the free throw line for 2, they call a jump ball. Possession arrow went to the Panthers. I'm
yeah,
still
it's kind of
confused.
confusing.
Ferguson will come out. He has 2 fouls, so he'll protect him as there's 21 seconds left in the game. Calvert at the free throw line missed his first one. Makes the second one, though. 22-16 is your score. 17 seconds to go. Taylor back to Flinner. Picks up his dribble, back to Taylor, 4 seconds. Flinner with it again, 2 seconds. He wanted a screen, didn't get it. He's just gonna have to heave it at the buzzer, and it banks in from the volleyball line. What a momentum shifter for Whitehouse as they'll head into the locker room with a 9-point lead. Blue Devils 25, Panthers 16. halftime inside PHS Arena, where White House leads Portland by a score of 25-16. A 3 at the buzzer shifts all the momentum to the Blue Devils. White House offensive rebounds and 5 threes by the Blue Devils, the big storyline of the first half. Panthers started out cold and got behind. Now we got to make a big run in the second half.
Yeah, we just got to be patient. I mean, you know, it's doable. What, 6 points? Did I got the score right? 22-16? 25-16. It's still doable. It's not, you know what I mean? We can't freak out. We got to work hard on defense, which we seem to be doing really well. Take good shots, keep attacking the rebounds. We got to get some second chance points when we miss. I think that's going to be the big key.
Trouble making the easy baskets early on as the Panthers themselves were getting offensive rebounds. Couldn't get the putback back in. And what's bad is White House looks like the fresher team. They don't look like the team that played last night in a big, tight, physical basketball game against Liberty Creek that they had.
Right. Well, they're just getting loose. They figure, what do they got to lose, right? You know, we're the district champs regular season. All the pressure's on us. We're in our gym. The whole deal. There's no pressure on White House at all. So they're playing pretty much like there's no pressure on them.
Again, later on tonight, Springfield will be playing against Station Camp. And that game, the winner of that game will play the winner of this game in the championship on Tuesday night. And the loser of both of those games will play in the consolation, which is an important game because you want that third place. If you lose the consolation, then you're in the number 4 seed, and you got to play the number 1 seed from District 10 in that first round in the regionals, and you'll have to go to that
that's
location
the key.
to play.
Tonight gives you one home game for sure moving forward. If you lose tonight, then you're going to be on the road no matter what.
Exactly.
The good thing is we're a good road team. So if we don't come back, it's not the end of the world. It's not a playing game. It's just a sleep a little longer, drive a little less to get to your first game.
We can remember the girls losing that semifinal in the
we
district
thought
last
it was the end
year
of the world.
to White House, I believe it was. And no, it was to Station Camp.
Station Camp, but we thought it was the end of the world.
Yeah, and
it was so
look at the run they
and
went on after
Taya's
that.
career's over, blah, 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 blah. They went on a road game, won a good game on the road, and then just rejuvenated them, to be honest with you. I think maybe getting out of Portland actually helped them a little bit.
And was able to avenge that loss against the Station Camp in the regionals.
Yeah, they beat them when it mattered the most.
That's right.
You know, because the district doesn't matter. And I'm not saying throwing in the towel by any stretch of the imagination. This is a good team. They've won a lot of games this year. They've made a lot of comebacks this year. So they're right here in it. They just don't need to freak out and play uncharacteristic of them. As far as scoring, we got Calvert with 7, Honeycutt with 3, Dalton with 6. Rebounds, we got Ferguson 1, Honeycutt 4, Totten with 3, Dalton with 4, Sittenor with 1. Assist, Brown with 1, Ferguson with 1, Totten with 1, Dalton with 1. And we've only got 2 turnovers in the game. So we're right there. We just got to keep playing. Maybe some of our shots that we've missed that were good-looking shots will fall. And we just got to make sure we got to cut their second half points down. We can't let them get rebounds and put it up.
And no foul issues for the Panthers. Ferguson has 2. But other than that, no fouls coming up for the Panthers. So good, clean sheet on that part. Players have come back out on the court for their halftime warm-ups. We'll take a short pause. We'll be right back for second half action as you're listening to Panther basketball here on the Portland Sports Network. Neil Diamond blares on the speakers, the crowd getting involved. Players are getting their final instructions from their coaches and coming out to get started on this second half. It'll be White House with possession of the basketball as they'll flip the court. Panthers will be going from right to left when they have possession. Starting for Coach Ferguson in the second half will be his starting five, as he has Ferguson, Calvert, Honeycutt, Totten, and Dalton. Panthers really need to kind of get the run going, I think, early on here in the second quarter. Don't let White House get further ahead.
Yeah, real quick, our condolences to Wes Rucker's family. He passed away in a tragic accident in Knoxville. He's part of the University of Tennessee sports program and broadcaster, so that was a sad happening.
White House will inbounds with basketball to start this second half. And it'll be the starting five for Coach Lowry. As Holmes in the paint, guarded by Dalton, gives it up to Flinner. He takes a screen from Holmes. Over to Richardson. Lob down low to Holmes. Touch pass to Taylor. Taylor goes baseline, double team, gives it back up to Richardson. Richardson, one-handed toss over to Flinner. And Flinner will restart. Richardson comes out, takes the pass, bounce pass to Holmes at the elbow. He doesn't take the shot, gives it up, gives a screen to Flinner. Flinner gives it back to Holmes on the roll.
Good
pass
defense.
Out in front to Stahl for three. Off the mark. Richardson with the rebound. And Coach Ferguson didn't like that, as Evan Brown will come to the scorer's table. And he'll come in on the next possession. Ball is tipped out of bounds by Totten. It'll stay with White House. In comes Evan Brown. Evan Ferguson will go out.
Yeah, giving them second chances at this point, just tough. We got to get any missed shot they've got. We've got to rebound it and get it out of there.
Holmes in the slot area. Gives it up to Stahl. Stahl bounce pass to Taylor. Spin move. Shot is up. Off the mark. Picked up by Calvert. Calvert trying to go downhill. Gets his pocket picked. Flinner has numbers. 3 versus 1. Lobs it to Taylor, who misses the alley-oop layup, but they're going to call a foul on the Panthers. Honeycutt will be called for that one. That's his first one of the night.
It was a good foul to do.
Taylor will go to the free throw line. Where he misses the first. A 9-point lead for White House. No one has scored here in the second half. Almost a minute and a half gone in the third quarter. As Taylor steadies for the second one. Shot. That one goes in. Now a 10-point lead, 26-16. Calvert, screen, over to Honeycutt, down low to Dalton. Pump fake, shot is up, shot is good. As Dalton went through the contact to get the bucket.
Yeah, that should have been an and one, no doubt about it.
Down to an 8-point lead for White House. Holmes trying to get it to Taylor, not there. Passes it over, picked off by Calvert, and he'll take it all the way. 2 quick buckets for the Panthers. It's now 26-20. Timeout is called by White House. 6-point lead for the Blue Devils. 5:48 to go here in the third. You're listening to Panther Basketball.
Tennessee Commission for the United States Semiquincentennial was created to plan, encourage, develop, and coordinate the commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States, and recognize Tennessee's integral role in that event and the impact of its people on the nation's past, present, and future. The Commission promotes an inclusive statewide celebration and educational commemoration of America's 250th by interpreting and preserving Tennessee's unique stories, objects, landmarks, and places across our diverse state that defined who we are as Tennesseans and Americans.
A reminder that the Lady Panthers will be playing in the game right after this game is completed in their district semifinal matchup against Station Camp Lady Bison. After the timeout, White House with the basketball. Taylor picks up his dribble way at the Panthers' ear. Finally gets it to Coleman. Flinner, guarded by Calvert. Push in the lane on the Panthers. And that'll be a foul number 1 on Brown.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so.
Taylor takes the inbounds at the elbow, tries to get a backdoor cutting Flinner, but the pass is too low, out of bounds. It'll go over to the Panthers. Panthers can cut this lead in half from 6-3 with a big bucket. More importantly, they continue that run to start the third quarter. Calvert jumped and double teamed as soon as he crosses midcourt. And a held ball. Possession will stay with the Panthers.
See, Coach Ferg is focused. He didn't call timeout because he knew we had the possession. Unlike the broadcaster over here.
There you go. Panthers will start the offense. Calvert over to Totten. Totten gets it to Honeycutt. High-low to Dalton. Spin move around the lane. Gets his own rebound. Putback is good. That is 10 points on the night for Dalton.
Yes, sir. 10 hard points. That was a...
White House gets in trouble, able to pass their way out of it. Taylor, Brown playing excellent defense on Richardson. He can't get the ball. Finally, they get it handed off to him, and he goes baseline. Misses a shot. That was affected as he saw Dalton coming down the lane. Picked up by Brown. Brown bounced past to Calvert. He gets fouled on the shot. Tristan will go to the line for 2.
That Flinner's third.
And we'll see who they'll call it against.
It's
that does go to Flinner. That's number 4.
4? Third.
That is his third. There's a miscommunication by me on that questionable call there in the first half. I thought that was against Flinner as Calvert makes his free throw.
I wonder why we don't run the tally board. It helps a lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Of course, some gyms don't have tally boards.
Calvert's free throw. Good.
Right back in it.
7 of 8 from the line is Calvert tonight as the Panthers have now cut that 10-point deficit down to 2. It is 26-24 White House. 4:18 to go in the third quarter. Winner will go on Tuesday night to play in the championship game. Panthers trying to achieve that rare double with a regular season and tournament title.
Yeah, that's a really tough deal to pull off sometimes.
Quinn in the game for White House. Foul against the Panthers. Technical is called against White House.
I think it's against Keelan. I'm not going to say what I think.
And they did call that against the Panthers. The way White House was getting upset made me think that it was against them as they're the ones going over to the referee complaining.
I would love to tell you what I think, though. Because, never mind, I'm not going to tell you what I think. Because it's not good,
well,
I think.
Hold on here. They're still discussing. I'm not sure. They're not even going to the free throw line. He called a T.
He called a technical on Keelan Dalton.
What?
So how is nobody shooting on a technical foul?
And then he turned around and called jump ball and had the possession. Now we're going to White House.
He's going to call it on number 2 there at the technical because Keelan, all he did was stand there
well,
and just
that's
nodded
what I was
his head.
saying, because if it was in
was
Keelan,
the other guy, yeah.
it was a reason that would not have been a good reason. Because Keelan didn't do anything.
He just stood there.
Except maybe be different than the referee. And I'm sorry, but it is what it is. But they cleaned this up, and it's not anything. Which tells you how bad the referee really is, because what was he doing?
White House with the basketball and a 2-point lead. Tries to go down low. You can't pass it like that. Taylor was looking for the bounce pass, and it was a hot mid-heater right down the strike zone. Panthers can tie it up right here. Calvert got into the lane, backed up, went back into the lane. Bounce pass to Dalton, and Dalton gets pushed, and that will be number 4 on Flinner, Coach John Thayer.
Sorry, I was just a little mad for a second by what he looked like he was getting ready to call. And you know what? I'm going to tell you how I feel. If you don't like it, tough.
Timeout on the court. Take a quick break. Panthers only down by 2, 3:38 to go here in the third quarter as you're listening to PHS Basketball.
Smokey the Bear.
Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do.
Don't play with matches, don't play with fire.
After 80 years of learning his wildfire prevention tips, Smokey Bear lives within us all. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com. And remember,
only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
In the city or in the woods, help keep America looking good. Give a hoot, don't pollute. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Forest Service.
Early on in the third quarter, White House hit a free throw to take a 10-point lead, 26-16. Since then, the Panthers have went on an 8-0 run, thanks to 2 buckets by Dalton, 4 points by Calvert, and now it's only a 2-point lead for White House.
I think thanks to some tenacious defense by everybody on the floor that's got Panthers on their front of their jersey.
And, John, I don't know if you noticed, they called the jump ball and gave White House the basketball. The possession hour never changed. Wow. I guess they heard me talking. Look at that. Referee walked over there.
They looked up at you. They go, let's make sure Kyle agrees with us.
And flipped it over, so disregard.
I think everybody was confused.
Panthers down by 2, but they have the basketball as Brown in the game with Totten and Calvert. Totten into the lane, turnaround shot, rolls in as Totten flashed into the middle. Brown's able to give him the bounce pass, and now with 3:18 to go, it is a tie game. And White House loses the basketball. What defense by the senior, Quentin Totten.
Where is our student section? They need to.
They're on it. They're on it there. They're there. They're there.
Today in the Vanderbilt game, the kid who transferred from Vandy to UT, when he made a mistake, they go, we're glad you left.
Wow. Missed 3 by the Panthers.
That was our
Puts
first
it in the
3.5,
hands of White
by the way.
House. So tie game under 3-minute mark here in the third quarter. Pass is stolen by Dalton. He's got nobody ahead of him, and he'll take 2 the easy way. At 2:42, the Panthers have taken their first lead of the game, 28-26. And White House having trouble with this spurred-on defense of the Panthers. Flinner trying to get around Calvert. He does, but he's met by Honeycutt over to Taylor, misses a 3. Ball is tipped up, taken down by Dalton. Dalton,
he's a dog down there.
over 8 rebounds a game, gets another one.
Not a charge.
And they're going to call a defensive foul on White House as Calvert was driving the lane, but he was dishing it off. So the Panthers will get the baseline out of bounds play, as that's only the 4th team foul. But that is the 3rd foul on Richardson. So fouls are piling up for the Blue Devils. Inbounds to Totten, but he misses the easy bunny. Dalton is there for the putback.
Sorry.
14 points on the night for Keelan.
Going on there.
And is now a 4-point lead for the Panthers at 1:50 remaining. Stahl into the game, goes baseline, cut off by Calvert, throws it cross court to Taylor. Taylor gives it up to Flinner. Flinner backs it up, calling out the offense. Taylor bounces all the way to the corner, gives it up to Taylor, and they're going to call offensive foul on White House. The hook going into the lane.
That's his 3rd at least. That surprised me. I thought they would just call out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? Since he went out on that play, I thought they would just call offensive bounds. It's kind of like one of those over-the-backs that if the other team clears it, they don't call it. I mean, I'm glad they called it.
And that's the 2nd foul on Taylor.
That's only a 2nd?
second.
Okay.
Offensive foul does not send the Panthers to the free throw line.
We found that out the other day.
Brown with the basketball. He'll back it up, not getting any pressure, so the Panthers will waste clock here if that's what White House wants. Lob to Dalton in the short porch area. He takes one dribble and the layup. 10 points in the quarter for Keelan Dalton. It is now a 6-point lead, 32-26, 52 seconds remaining.
Great feed by Evan Brown.
Hand off to Richardson. Stolen by Calvert. He has one man to beat, and he does it. Calvert with the layup, 37 seconds to go. And the Panthers have turned it on here in this third quarter, now up by 8. Stahl up to Richardson. Another turnover. Brown, and he gets a layup. So from 10 points down 7 minutes ago to 10 points up with 14 seconds remaining in the third, the Panthers showing how quick the momentum can change. Taylor with the basketball, 5 seconds, tries to get into the lane. Shot goes up, and it goes in with 1 second to go. Panthers are not going to be able to get it off. White House scores right before the end of the quarter, but it doesn't matter because Portland has an 8-point lead, 36-28. It's getting good. We'll be right back for the final 8 minutes of Panther basketball.
From phones and laptops to toys and tools, many of our favorite things run on batteries. But when tossed in the trash or recycling bin, these batteries can spark intense fires that are nearly impossible to stop. Battery fires are happening more often. They've destroyed homes, burned down garbage trucks and recycling centers, and, tragically, taken lives. When a facility goes up in flames, trash and recycling services can be shut down for weeks or even months. The good news, battery fires are easy to prevent. Just remember, never throw batteries in the trash or recycling bin. Always tape the ends and drop them off at a safe collection site or mail them in using a certified return box.
Third quarter.
From 10 points down early in the third to an 8-point lead going into the fourth. Portland shows why they were regular season district champion and shows why they have 22 wins on their resume, as they'll have the basketball to start the fourth quarter. And it'll be the same 5 that ended the third: Calvert, Brown, Honeycutt, Totten, and Dalton.
A 20-3 run. We shot 1 3-point shot.
And that's got to be a defensive foul on Taylor. And it is, as Dalton had him screened, and Taylor was trying to get around as they was bounce passing into the lane. That'll be the third foul on Taylor. Inbounds to Calvert. Totten pops out, gives it up to Honeycutt. Ferguson said, let's start it back up again. I want to call something different. Panthers reset. Man-to-man defense now for White House. As they've got 8 minutes to make up for 8 points. Entry pass to Calvert. Turnaround shot is good.
Yeah, they got Holmes out of the game, so they're going guard-oriented here.
Good call there by Coach Thayer. 15 points on the night for Calvert. Tipped out of bounds from behind Totten. It'll stay with White House. And the Blue Devils are talking to each other. They're just confused.
Well, great defense will do that to you. And that's what this is all about, great defense by every player on the floor.
Michael James in the game for White House. It's his first appearance of the game here to start the fourth quarter. A 10-point lead for the Panthers. Stahl gives it to Taylor. Taylor bumps against Dalton. Misses the wide open shot. Gets his own rebound. Foul against the Panthers to put Taylor to the free throw line.
If there was a lower, I've never seen a worse lower shoulder there. That should have been a charge. I'm going to tell you what, if you can get Keelan Dalton on the ground quick, you lowered your shoulder, because Keelan is a strong guy, man.
Dalton laughing about that play as they give that foul to Totten, his second. Taylor makes the first free throw.
That shows you how much he's grown up, too, because in the early days, Keelan would have been extremely emotional there. But he realizes that that's not going to do any good.
Taylor's shot is up. gets that one. 8-point lead for the Panthers. 7 minutes to go. Dalton, entry to Calvert as he's back in the low post again, but he'll give it back up to Honeycutt as he was guarded by the much taller Stahl on that one. Totten back over to Calvert. Honeycutt pops up. Totten flashes into the elbow, gives a high screen to Honeycutt. Over to Brown, goes baseline. He takes a shot, gets fouled. Evan Brown to the free throw line for 2. Second team foul on Whitehouse here in the fourth quarter. And that's number 4 on Richardson. So Coach Lowry has 2 starters with 4 fouls. Brown's first free throw goes in. Evan shooting over 60% from the free throw line this season. Brown shoots the second, misses that one. So the lead will stay at 9. 6:22 to go here in the fourth quarter. Flinner, Totten gets around the screen. Flinner has to give it up. Over to Stahl, back to Richardson, back to Stahl. Stahl thought about the 3. Calvert got up on him. And they're going to call a hand check on Tristan Calvert. No, I'm sorry. They're calling that on Dalton guarding the low block.
That's interesting.
So that's his second foul. I really did thought they had that on Calvert. That was going to be interesting.
Well, I'd have thought they'd have got good job.
Honeycutt steals the inbounds, and he'll go coast to coast for the layup.
He almost
made that one interesting.
Yeah.
Foul on the Panthers is looks like they're going to call one on Dalton in the backcourt.
The same guy called him for back-to-back fouls.
And that's 3.
And he wanted to tee him up at one time.
(41-30). The fans are upset because the ref across the court made that call, not the one that was right next to the play. Whitehouse down by 11, though. Dalton now has 3 fouls. Had to get a watch on that one. Richardson guarded by Brown, and when I say guarded, I mean harassed. Gives it up to Stahl, and they'll call the blocking foul on Brown as he switched off to take the ball handler.
Well, that's a bad call. He tripped on his own feet right there.
Yep. Shout out to Ganny real quick. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're enjoying the game.
That's the 4th team foul on the Panthers. Next one will send Whitehouse to the free throw line. With 5:40 to go, Whitehouse will inbounds from the far side. Panthers up by 11. Looking to go to that championship game. They'll play either Springfield or Station Camp as they play later on tonight right here at PHS Arena. Flinner gets the inbounds down the lane.
Push off.
Great
Pushed
steal.
off, lost the basketball, picked up by Totten.
Take care of the ball here.
Totten slows it down, gives it to Brown. Foul from behind by Taylor. And that'll be number 4 on Taylor. 3rd team foul.
Totten did a great job kicking that ball out and then running it down after he got pushed off.
Free throws is going to be a big part of this game as the Panthers want to keep this lead. As Calvert to take the inbounds in the backcourt with this 11-point lead. At one time down by 10 in the second half. Totten takes one from the elbow, doesn't go in. Goes out of bounds. It'll switch over to the Blue Devils. In the 3 games prior to the last game against Station Camp, Panthers shot 79% from the free throw line. The last game against the Bison, 50%.
Yeah, we got to remember there on that shot selection, we're in front. You make this team, they played last night. Make them play defense. Don't 15 seconds out of a ball out of bounds, shoot up a shot. Make them work.
Come around 3 for Stahl is no good. Out of bounds will go over to the Panthers.
Look, they're dragging, some of their guys are. Make them play defense.
Lowry only playing 7 deep. Coach Ferguson calls timeout. 4:51 remaining in the fourth. Portland 41, Whitehouse 30.
Smokey the Bear.
Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do.
What you desire, don't play with matches, don't play with fire.
After 80 years of learning his wildfire prevention tips, Smokey Bear lives within us all. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com. And remember,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
4:51 to go here in the fourth quarter. Portland up 41-30. At one time, it was 26-16. White House, and all the momentum was in their direction.
Yeah, it looks bleak. I'm not lying.
As Avery Hughes firing up the Panther players.
I think they're already fired up.
Panthers will have the basketball, and they'll go up against a full court press of White House. Looks to be a 1-2-2. Passes out of it, already in the front court. Good job by the Panthers on that one. Honeycutt with the basketball. Guarded by Taylor. Pass, turnover, picked up by White
It was
House.
too long of a pass. We need to come get the ball or wait.
Now White House trying to get it to single digits. Quinn tries to bounce it in the lane, picked up by Honeycutt, pass up ahead by Totten, hands it off to a Traylon Dalton who's fouled, and we'll see if they'll say he was shooting. Good look by
He
Quentin
had to be
Totten.
shooting.
Foul will go against James, and they will send him to the free throw line for two. Doesn't matter.
Great steal by Honeycutt.
Correction, that was the fourth foul, but he was shooting. So Dalton will go to the line for two, where he shoots the first one and goes in.
You got to hit him down the stretch.
Dalton's next free throw goes in. The first person not named Tristan Calvert to hit free throws for the Panthers since early in the first quarter. Defensive foul on the Panthers.
Yep.
And that'll go against Calvert. A 13-point lead for Portland.
Yeah, the only bad thing there is the clock's not running and they're on the line.
Bonus situation for the Blue Devils. As Quinn misses the first one.
He knew what he was doing. Got to make sure we block out. No rebounds here.
The last few games, defensive rebounding off free throws has been a big issue for the Panthers. As Quinn's shot is up. That one goes in. Honeycutt, inbounds on this full court pressure, gives it up to Totten. Totten picks up his dribble, back to Honeycutt. Honeycutt finally gets across the timeline, gets bumped. They don't call it. Ball is on the floor. Tie up. Possession hour goes to White House.
They're calling timeout. He's trying to call a timeout.
As you heard Miguel, Coach Ferguson was trying to get that timeout, but they either didn't hear him or didn't think they had enough possession when he
That was
called
a walk.
it.
Yeah.
He just walked.
Taylor dribbles into the lane, loses the basketball, picked up by Calvert, 3-on-2.
You don't
Calvert
have to
in
take
the
it.
middle.
That wasn't
Collision,
a foul.
gives it up to Honeycutt. Dalton in the lane, drop pass to Totten for the layup.
I'm not sure how.
And the Panthers are running on all cylinders here in the second half.
I'm not sure how that wasn't a foul. That guy went right through Calvert. It was a missile through him.
Coleman comes into the game for Taylor. Taylor is limping off.
I mean, there's some things that just make sense. When you got a kid that's played 4 quarters, dribbling the ball down, and all of a sudden he looks like you shot him in the head, something had to happen weird.
Quinn gets into the front court, and they'll call an offensive foul on White House. Calvert with position. Turnover will send it back to the Panthers. 3:33 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
He's done.
Portland is up by 14, and that's number 5 on the junior Trenton Quinn. Timeout on the court. Panthers up by 14. 3:33 remaining in this final quarter. You're listening to Panther basketball.
In the city or in the woods, help keep America looking good. Give a hoot, don't pollute. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Forest Service.
3:33 to go here in the fourth. If you're listening in on the NFHS network, we want to thank you for supporting Panther basketball. Kudos to John Thayer. Getting the audio hooked up with the NFHS video, it wasn't easy, but you got it done, buddy.
Yeah, well, the audio is a little, it's a little muffed a little bit, but our main concern was our YouTube stream.
Mhm.
That was what the community wants more than anything. So, but it sounds good. Everybody seems to like it. I would like the audio to be a little bit higher quality, but it's still good enough to hear.
Baseball pass down court to Dalton. Into the lane, around his defender, layup. What a throw by Nate Honeycutt. And it's now a 16-point lead. 3:23 to go. And there's no stopping Keelan Dalton tonight.
Yeah, but that's a team deal, dude. You know what? We got the turnover. We got the ball. A nice pass out of bounds. It takes 5 to work. And that's what this team is good is they're not ate up at who's doing it. They just want to get it done.
Foul in the paint by Totten will be his third. Bonus situation will put Flinner to the free throw line. The first one is good. As Taylor comes back in. And he doesn't know who he's coming in for.
I'd say technical foul.
All right, so, well, that's well, I'll explain here in a second.
Okay, there we go.
All right, Jane comes out. The deal was the referee told him to come in, but the free throw shooter already had the basketball. So at that time, it should have been too late.
They
But
should have called technical on the referee.
Yeah, exactly. Misses the free throw out of bounds, last touched by the home team. So White House will get a baselines out of bounds, down by 15, 3:13 to go. Once again, the Lady Panthers will be playing right after this game. We hope you stay tuned in for that action. Inbounds to Stahl. His three gets tipped by Calvert, picked up by Calvert, up ahead to Dalton. Will he go 2 for 2?
Oh!
Goes for the one hand. It doesn't go in.
Charge.
Calvert gets the offensive rebound.
Ooh.
But gets called.
It's and one.
Who did they give that to? Did they give that to White House?
Calvert.
All righty.
Bucket.
Calvert gets fouled driving in the lane. I had to wait and see if that was going offense or not.
Yeah, I love Tristan. He knows that, but I think it was a charge. But I'm glad they didn't call it because they owed him one at least because he got wham blasted
And
earlier.
if that was on Richardson, that's 5. I didn't see who it. Yep, Richardson will take a seat for the rest of the game.
I don't want to jinx us down the stretch, but if we hold on, I want to go take the White House sign down.
Back in the game comes James. It's your prerogative. Calvert looking for the and one. Shot is up. That's good.
That's 3-point play.
And they're going to say, yeah.
It was an and one.
Calvert's running back to play defense. Everybody
Yeah.
else is standing at the free throw line.
Hopefully our scorekeeper kept that.
Mass confusion. 3-point play by Calvert is he's got on or around 18 points for the night.
18.
Stahl, Holmes in the low block. Gets picked from behind. Calvert outraces 2 Blue Devils to get the layup from the left-hand side. It is a 20-point lead as White House has scored 4 points in this second half. 2:30 remaining. Lob for the alley-oop is no good. Dalton tips it away, almost saves it, but it'll stay with White House. What a turnaround.
Yeah, that's an understatement. You're normally right on it, but I think that's just a total understatement right there.
Amazing. A tale of two halves.
Yes, big time. I'd like to know what was said during the halftime, if anything. You know what I mean? To me, that's the most interesting conversation is what happened in the locker room at halftime. I got to find out.
Ball out of bounds against the Panthers. It'll stay with White House with 2:15 to go. Flinner goes into the lane, cut off by Totten. He gives it up, back it on top. Down low to Taylor, takes a dribble. Shot is up, he misses it. Tapped out in front, picked up by the Blue Devils. Holmes takes a dribble and takes a floater, and it's good. Holmes, as you said earlier, John, had that buzzer beater putback to beat Liberty Creek last night. Calvert went around 3 defenders, but he misses the layup, a rare missed opportunity for the Panthers.
Someone's got to stop the lane.
White House gets fouled driving to the basket.
Yeah, we got to pick it up just a little. We don't want to get lazy.
Fourth foul on Totten. Flinner will shoot 2.
You know what I mean? You want to play this thing all the way out. You don't want to let them have some free buckets.
Flinner's shot is off. When you want to keep that momentum going into the game Tuesday night, of course.
Yeah, the only thing that I probably wouldn't do in the next 44, I probably wouldn't take a charge because those things hurt, and they hurt. That's all I'm saying.
Flinner makes the second free throw. 52-35 is your score. As Calvert will take his time into the front court. As White House is laid off the full court pressure. Don't blame them. The Panthers were scoring more buckets with it than without it. Dalton at the elbow, spin move, dishes it out to Calvert. And he's not going to take the uncontested three. He'll back it back in front to Brown. The same 5 has been on the court for Coach Ferguson since about the 6-minute mark of the third quarter. Calvert dribbles over to the right-hand side, comes back to the left, gives it up to Totten. 55 seconds remaining. And White House is going to throw out the white flag, and the Panthers are just going to dribble pass it out. 44 seconds remaining, back to Honeycutt. Very hard to beat a good team 3 times in one season, but that's exactly what the Panthers have done tonight. 30 seconds remaining.
I think once we put a rush on them and started really picking our defense up, I think their legs just went away, which is part of having to play a playing game.
So the Panthers will probably stick around as later on tonight Springfield will play Station Camp and see who's going to win that game and who they'll face. 7 seconds remaining. The crowd is standing. The players are already shaking hands. Buzzer sounds. Panthers with a huge victory.
The White House coach is calling timeout with 1 second to go. I mean, what's...
Portland 52, White House 35. A 17-point win for Portland will get them into the championship game Tuesday night, and that game will be at about 7:30. We'll not know yet who their opponent will be. White House will play in the consolation game, and that'll be 6 o'clock on Tuesday. We'll take a short pause. We'll come back with a recap. Final stats as you're listening to Portland High School basketball on the Portland Sports Network.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Join us Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for Off the Rails, brought to you by Portland Sports Network's YouTube channel. Hosted by Coach Miguel Almendarez, Kyle Eden, and Coach John Thayer. We talk about local high school sports, as well as other local and college sports, and any other subject that might come up. Tune in and join in on the conversation. Off the Rails.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Panthers come away victorious in the district semifinals on top of White House. Final score of 52-35, holding the Blue Devils to 10 points in the second half while scoring 36 of their own. No uncontested shots by White House in that second half as the defense turned it up a notch in the final 16 minutes.
Turned it up a big notch. Outscoring them 36-10 is pretty impressive, without a doubt. We only shot one three-pointer.
For the game?
Well, for the second half.
For the second half?
Yeah, I didn't keep up with it. We didn't shoot many three-pointers at all. We don't have to, dude. The good thing is we could if we need to, but we don't have to. We're getting that, going to the hole, working the ball in, getting them. One is to play defense. Nobody likes to play defense. So the more you get them to play defense, the more rhythm you're going to knock them off on offense. It's a fact. Then you get foul trouble on the team. When they get foul trouble, then they have to pick up defense. Guess what? They can't because they're in foul trouble. So this team, they know how to win now. They know they could have easily just said, okay, we're going to go on the road for the regional tournament, so what? And just meld in the second half. But they go, no, we're not going to do that. We're within striking distance. Let's just go out and play defense. The dude hit a bank shot three-pointer to end the half, right?
Right.
I mean, that kind of crap, you're thinking, okay, maybe this isn't the day for us. But they didn't have that mindset at all. They go, we can make up these points without a doubt. And they come up and really crank their defense, which they played great defense all year long. them playing good defense isn't something new. So they did a great job. I'm really proud of them. I've been proud of them all year. You know, do I critique them hard at times? Yes, I do, because that's what I do to things that I like. And I love this team. I've said it before. They're a solid team, and the sky's the limit. You know, they did what they needed to do.
Top two scorers for the season for the Panthers, Calvert and Dalton. They were the top two of tonight's game as they led the Panthers in more ways than points.
Yeah, and see, that's your little buzz. That's your little secret code there for me to get the scores.
Yes.
I'm learning. It's taken me 3 years, but I'm figuring it out.
Good job.
But anyway, Tristan Calvert with 20, Nate Honeycutt with 5, Quit Tot with 4, made some great plays. Keelan Dalton with 20, Evan Brown with 3. They were 12 for 14 from the free throw line, which is what they need to do.
Wow.
When you're winning, in your head, they're going to foul you. When you're behind and you go to those, they're going to foul you. You got to hit your free throws. But I'm going to tell you what, the scoring is only part of the deal, because to play basketball, you got to have 5 guys. You know, I don't care if Nate Honeycutt scores 0 points. Nate Honeycutt steals, rebounds, blocks out. He does so many things that without him on the floor, we're not winning. I don't care who scores what. So that's really great. On the rebounding side, Calvert with 2, Brown with 1, Ferguson with 1, Honeycutt with 5, Talton with 3, Dalton with 7, Sitnor with 1, steals, Calvert with 5, Brown with 1, Honeycutt with 2, Talton with 1, Dalton with 1, assists, Brown with 4, Ferguson with 1, Honeycutt with 2, Talton with 1, Dalton with 2. Turnovers for the whole game on this sheet is 5. So, you know, White House, I think the big thing is White House came out hot. They played with a lot of momentum, emotion, a lot of adrenaline. You know, they had confidence, but I think what hit them is they're playing yesterday for sure. I mean, we're better than them, there's no doubt, but we were trying to beat them for the 3rd time. And by the way, sweep, but for the 3rd time in 1 year.
We could meet in the regions. Be careful.
We can. But, you know, the odds were stacked up against Portland coming in, because 3 times in a row against a good team is hard. But Portland did it. They came out, played a phenomenal second half, and I'm extremely proud of them.
Next game will be 7:30 p.m. Tuesday night, and that'll be against either Springfield or Station Camp. We'll know that here in about 4 hours. Once again, final score, 52-35. Portland wins. 23 wins for the season. We're going to cut off the stream for a moment and restart it for the girls' game. We want to thank you for joining us for today's game. Girls semifinal matchup coming up next.